Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Ryuutama. This is episode number 3, and I am joined, as always, by the lovely Hillary and Andrew, and picture of Dave as wizard. Hi, guys.
Yeah,
How's everybody doing? Thumbs up.
great.
Thumbs up for breakfast. So we finished a journey last time, which is cool, which means there's some post-journey stuff to do. We did all y'all's updates last time, right? You're all leveled up and what have you.
Yeah, we're so experienced now.
So experienced. Okay, cool. Well, then I get to, I think, do my experiences first for my character because I gotta pick a thing because you get experience, but I go on like a number of journeys. So, my green dragon, check it out. This is my dragon sheet.
Oh yeah, I like that picture. It's really cool. I bet whoever made it is a really cool guy.
You flipping me off?
I think I'm wagging my finger.
It's absolutely the wagging thing.
It's half of a wagging finger animation, but yes.
You can totally tell who has played Final Fantasy VI and who hasn't by who thinks they're being flipped off. That is the number one thing people have said.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's I only know that.
I mean,
because,
everyone knows I haven't played Final Fantasy anything.
Yeah.
I haven't played pre-Ultimate Fantasy. I haven't played any of the various. It's totally going to be the last fantasy, but it isn't.
Penultimate fantasy.
I know. At one point, I figured out how many there were, and then I renamed them.
Right.
With the last one being called Final Fantasy, and every previous one being called like Penultimate Fantasy, like Tribe Penumbrate or whatever. I don't remember.
I would get super confusing.
Third to last fantasy.
Well, I mean, we all.
I basically just, if I figure out, I learn enough about nerd culture to troll my friends. And that's what I care about.
The anecdotal, the anecdotal like thing is that the name was because they thought it was going to be the last game that the studio.
I mean,
made,
I know
right?
that.
I think like I'm actually
every time I bring up the name.
I was gonna say I'm confirming that because I'm not sure that's actually like real. I think that might just be like something someone said once and got
Apocryphal?
spread around. Apocryphal. Thank you. That's the word. Okay. Anyway,
I heard that it's called Final Fantasy because of Alien.
what? Like a specific alien?
Because what?
The movie Alien?
I don't know. This is what I heard.
Yeah, you're not saying it was aliens, but it's aliens. All right, I have to pick some stuff for my Ryujin. So once I've completed a session, I become level 2. So I gain a benediction slot and reveal. So the benediction slots, I now have 1 instead of 0, which is nice. Get my LPs back. Okay, and then I can choose one benediction that doesn't cost me LP anymore. So let's see, what benediction would that be that I want to use?
Pick the friendly one.
I mean, they're all pretty friendly. Actually, some of them are pretty trolly. I have a benediction I can use that just rewinds or fast forwards time, so it can be like, yeah, all that stuff that happened this session, it never happened. We're going to start over from the beginning next time, which I can use to, protect you, but it's also kind of a trolley ability. But I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to...
You made the big cat as well.
That was the one I used. Yeah, I used Elite Enemy, and I also used Runaway. So I used those 2 last time, 2 of my 3. So what I'm doing now is, I'm going to pick one that goes into a slot, and then if it's in a slot, I can use it once per session without causing me to lose points. So I think I'm going to slot. Let's see what my green ones are.
By the way, chat, I mean, you're wrong. I just want to tell you that. What you're talking about, it's slightly incorrect, but it's okay. I only have to say that.
Dave the Final Fantasy scholar. Okay, I'm going to choose the benediction to control fate, I think. I think that'll be the one I want to use for the slot. So this means that once per session for free, I can make a roll be a critical success or a fumble, as I choose. So I'll try to remember to do that. And then I get to choose a reveal. And the reveal is I think another special ability that I can use for life points. And these are travel reveals or combat reveals. So things like Guidance of the Dragon. So if you fail a travel check, if you fail a direction check, I can turn it into a success. I could turn a camping check into a success, or I could give you food and water to last for 3 days. I can re-add the items that we expend in combat, or I can nullify a damage roll against a PC, or I can damage a monster. All those combat ones seem kind of dull.
What's the difference between the benedictions and the reveals?
So the reveals, the reveals require the dragon to actually show up. Like the dragon appears to you in some form, and literally like reveals themselves to you, and then uses their ability. So this would be like the dragon shows up and gives you like a gift of food and water, or the dragon breathes fire on your enemies, or whatever. Like he actually like appears in the story because he's becoming more powerful. I think I'm gonna choose Guidance of the Dragon. So the dragon can reveal themselves to help you when you're lost. Now you probably won't use that today because getting lost in the town is much less likely. But in future, our green dragon can appear and do some cool stuff. I'm also going to add a note in my History of Tales. We did Hometown to Sapton. And that was... When did we finish that? That was last week. So what was the date of our last episode? Do we know?
12th?
The 12th, yeah. Thanks. 5/12/2016. Awesome. Okay, cool. So that's my leveling up homework basically done. There we go. Cool. Okay. So let's head back to the Hometown to Sapton map, because I would like to do a quick recap of the last journey. Andrew, I think your character was journal keeper for the last trip.
Yeah, I get to tell my story.
Yeah. So Tut, from Tut's perspective, tell us about the journey that we most recently saw the characters go through.
So yeah, I think Tut literally has a journal that they've been writing. And they do it like Dear Diary style. And it's the journal of them going out to make their fortune on their journey. It's like how they frame it.
Right, okay.
And so yeah, it's like, Dear Journal, today we start our journey. I'm going to be so rich at the end of this journey. You have no idea. Let me tell you. So I've got some companions, and they seem all right. One of them's kind of annoying, and we like cut to Hillary's character being like, ah. The other one's some kind of stone-hearted badass. Cut to Dave's character just like murdering something with a sword.
Yanking the sword out of like one of those slime bunnies.
So I think everything will go well. Partridge and I have been getting along great, and we cut to like that scene where like Partridge wouldn't cooperate with me, and I had to like try to drag them by their head. And the journey is going well, and then it's like us getting lost.
Right, you're like all wandering around in the grass, like just like your hats or whatever sticking up out of the long grass. Yeah.
Thankfully, along our journey, we found this wagon, and we fixed it up. I don't know if I'm going to put things in the wagon to sell or just sell the wagon. It's going to be great. Got money signs all over it. What was the next big thing? Oh, yeah. It's like day 3 or whatever. It's like, see, I told you we're going to be rich. Yuki killed an egg made of gold. Of gold! And it walked around. It was crazy. I didn't see it happen, but I assume it looks something like this. And then there's this like incredibly long florid description of like an epic sword fight.
Right. I wasn't there, but I imagined.
Partridge and I still getting along great. And then like day 4, uneventful, nothing happened. Day 4 was boring.
Yeah.
I'm beginning to think that journeying takes forever and is boring. I'm never gonna make any money. Day 5, we're gonna be so rich. We met this cool fairy keeper, and I gave him a sweet makeover. His beard all nice, and my negotiating skills proved very useful. The egg was kind of helpful too, I guess, but mostly it was me and the make. Anyways, gonna be rich. And then there's like an entry complaining about the broken down wagon, and then another really long description of fighting in which I am a huge badass and I single-handedly defeat the giant Neko Goblin.
Right. Yes, with your merchant magic.
Yeah, with my merchant magic.
Where I tried to steal the kill and then you successfully stole the kill.
Yeah, and then like I just kind of describe the foothills and the mountains leading to Sapton. And talk about how rich I'm going to be.
Just constantly so rich.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, and so you arrived in Sapton in time for the annual, I don't know, Sap Festival, I guess. It's very emotional. So the next journey, thank you for your journaling, Andrew. The next journey will be less of a linear journey, less of a like wandering from place to place, and more exploring the town of Sapton, which you can see you have a new map for. So before we go on this our second journey, we need to assign party roles. So before we go on the journey, this would be the time where we would also decide if we want to continue. Like I just assumed we wanted to play the same characters, but you could, play different characters. I could choose a new Ryujin. So this could be like, you get to town, but the town is on fire. Now you're being overlooked by the black dragon. Or like the town is being attacked by an army of Neko goblins. This is a red dragon story. But I want to keep leveling up Basil, our green dragon.
Named after Relief.
Yeah. We. I was trying to think of plant stuff to name the dragon after, and someone was like, obviously Basil. I was like, excellent. It's a good choice. Plus, he's like a smart.
Basil?
Plus, he's a smart dragon.
Does it give epic speeches?
Yes.
Lemon Basil or
just regular type Basil. Walker Basil. So we choose a new leader for the party. We choose a new mapper, so someone who makes the direction check during the traveling check phase and keeps the map up to date. A new quartermaster to make sure that everybody remembers to eat every day, and a journal keeper for this journey. So, does anybody have anything in particular they want to do?
I think I was going to be the map drawer.
Yeah, you want to be the mapper? Okay. So you can go ahead and change that on your character sheet.
Right.
Switch your role over to mapper. Cool. Okay. Hillary, what do you want your character to do this time?
I could be the leader.
Yeah, you want to be the leader? So,
Or I could be the quartermaster. I guess those are the choices.
yes.
Yeah.
Dave, do you have a strong preference? Well, no, you can't be the leader, so I need to be the leader.
That seems fine.
Because if otherwise, Dave wouldn't be changing. So
Yes.
I will be the leader.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. So magic attack minstrel is in charge. That makes sense. You're in town. You know your way around. You know how towns work.
Yeah, towns are where you fight people.
Yeah, totally. I mean, that's true. That's their people in town to fight. Okay, and then so you're the quartermaster, and who's gonna who's gonna keep a journal of events? Who's gonna do the little recap at the beginning of the next one?
Me.
Yeah, you want to do it? Okay, makes sense. Cool. All right, leader and journal keeper, Michiko. Good stuff. Cool. Okay. So just make a note on your character sheets, and we've already done all the leveling up and what have you. So, if you'd like, Andrew Mapper, you can just draw where you'd like to begin your map anywhere on there. Draw like the little gates of town. Remember, there's the big like Sapton sort of sign, and you can place that. If you want, probably the easiest place since you're entering from the south, the easiest place would be down at the bottom, sort of bottom
Yeah,
middle.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Why you gotta preempt me like this?
I was just suggesting we're
It's
on
my
the same
map.
page.
I'm gonna put it over here now. This is the gate.
Also, I'd just like to commend everybody on an excellent selection of player colors for the session today, or for this game. It's this nice like muted pastels thing we got going on. I like that.
Oh, with the green and pink and
Yeah, we got this
is
like
going
sage
to-
green. Ah, Dave wrecked it.
Ah,
now it's
Dave.
ruined.
Yeah,
I have cool red hair now, so I need to be red.
Okay, that's
it's
fair.
different, better.
Okay, so yeah, so we begin this journey. We begin today's journey with the characters entering through the gates of the town of Sapton. And as always, we need to start the day with a condition check. So let's see how everyone is feeling when they come into Sapton. You have Sapton ahead of you, and okay, all right. So Yuki feeling okay.
Yeah.
Michiko, you're doing great. You're gonna get a stat boost today.
Oh, I'm almost great.
Almost
Yeah.
great. Okay, all right.
Instead, not.
So why don't we let you take the lead, Michiko? What does Michiko look like arriving in Sapton, feeling good? Why do you have a 10? And then tell us what stat it gets a boost today.
I'm a little bit winded from. I guess we camped. Did we camp just outside the gates, or did we like show up? Like how does our grand entrance occur?
I mean that's entirely up to you. I think.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think if we had to. I guess we only had to walk a half day
Mm-hmm.
to get to Sapton.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm like a little bit winded from climbing up all these steep roads,
Mm-hmm.
but I also am like super stoked about being back in a town
Okay.
because I'm like, oh yeah, a town. Probably I'll have friends there because you have friends in a town, and oh man, I'm gonna like take a bath and
So are we seeing?
eat a big bowl of noodles.
I just imagine we're seeing these as like thought bubbles over your head, like little scenes
Yeah.
of you, like
Yeah, there's just like a thought bubble that pops up with a big bowl of ramen, and then another thought bubble pops up like slightly overlapping in front of it with a bath, and then another one pops up, and then another one pops up. And then
yeah, totally. Just all these like amazingly luxurious, like eating a thing of dumplings in the bath, and like
I'm gonna lead a delicious life in Sapton, let me tell you.
yeah, there's a black goat at the side of the road. He stares at you as you walk by.
I write him a beautiful song. Whatever. I'm an attack minstrel. This all holds together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'm just feeling it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We made it. It was entirely because of me that we made it.
Thank
I'm like
goodness.
composing the first verse of this like epic song about our journey with me as a hero, obviously because I'm a hero.
Yeah.
I mean, I have lots of other songs about myself as a hero, but this is the one that I'm writing about this journey. So, yeah,
Awesome. Okay.
I'm coming up with some really good rhymes. I just feel great. I'm going to boost my spirit.
Yeah. Okay. Boosted spirit, feeling good. Excellent. Okay. So, as you approach the gates of Sapton, which are wide open, you see two guards standing, one on either side of the gate, and one of the guards. So the guards like normally would be holding like halberds and shields, but instead one of the guards is holding a bouquet of balloons, and the other guard has a beer mug in their hand as you approach, and the guard
is everything I imagined.
the guard holding the bouquet of balloons hands one to each of you as you walk through the gate.
Freaking out! I'm so happy.
And and the guard he's like a probably like a youngish dude. He's got his little helmet on, and the helmet has like a little amber like ribbons sticking out of the top of it. And he says to you as you come up, he's like, "Oh, welcome to Sapton, travelers. Have you come far?"
I launch immediately into my song. It was a day of great import.
And they
You left leave town for your port. I wrote a map and brought us here. And everyone is just like, wow, this song is really at a slow tempo also. Wow, this song might take forever.
I've never heard a tambourine dirge before.
Well, welcome.
I
I've got like 6 genres in this one song.
Yeah, I like it. I imagine you have like, hold on, let me get my bass tambourine.
Yeah.
It's a special marching tambourine.
My tambourine is always a marching tambourine.
Cool. Okay, so the guards at first, I think they kind of look at each other like suspiciously, like, okay, maybe we shouldn't have asked, but all right. And then they start to like nod and like tap their toes and kind of like hum along.
Party dirge.
Yeah. And when you're done singing your song, which is I imagine a very different adaptation of the journey than the
yes.
journal that was kept by your merchant
quite
companion.
I had a different experience of my own protagonist nature.
So the guard says to you, "Well, we're glad you've come to Sapton. The festival's in full swing and will be going on all week. Now, you're a bit late, so you've missed the opening ceremonies, but," and he kind of like turns and looks over his shoulder and he says, "But if you make your way to the inn, you might still be able to find beds for the evening." And then he kind of like looks over to to Partridge and then looks at you. Andrew looks at your character and he's like, "Now, I'm not sure what kind of beast that is, sir, but I'm sure there's room for it in the stables, so as long as it doesn't eat horses or donkeys. We have many a donkey here in Sapton."
And I like narrow my eyes, like, maybe he does.
And they look at each other and look at you like they're not sure whether that's a joke.
And then, yeah, like I just deadpan them and walk through with my balloon.
Awesome. Okay. So before you leave, the guard hands you a pamphlet. It's a little folded paper pamphlet with a list of exciting things to do while you're in Sapton. So yeah, it's from the Sapton Tourism Bureau, and it's basically they've printed a bunch of these for the festival. So some things that the Tourism Board of Sapton suggests you do while in town, and this will become your sort of tourism checklist while you're in town. Different things you can do on each day. Each of these will take you 1 day to fulfill, and once you're done, then you'll be finished with your journey in Sapton. So
if we have the best time, do we win?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
If we see all the temples and enjoy all the restaurants.
Yeah. I kind of wonder how my impression. Dave, have you played Tokaido? Are you familiar with Tokaido at all?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I wonder what this game would be like had I not played Tokaido, because I keep thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
It comes up a lot, which is
Yeah.
not surprising at all, actually.
I mean, I was going to go for, I hope we get to fight a giant singing robot and earn 15 silver points.
Oh, you just you
I could be a giant singing robot.
You just wait, Dave. You just wait. Goddamn it. you know I won't let you down. So on the list, there is, you can visit the Hall of the Miners Guild and have a few drinks with the locals. You can stroll through the beautiful Amber Gardens. You can attend the Market Festival and buy and sell all kinds of exciting goods. You can meet with the mayor, Mayor Bloomberg. Yeah, that's right. I don't think I made that up. I think that's chat's fault, that one. And I guess have a meal at the famous Sapton Inn. So those are the things you can do. You can do them in any order while you're in Sapton. Each one takes a day, and and that'll be
I have a question.
that'll be your day. Yeah.
If we never do those things, are we trapped in Sapton forever?
Yeah, you can't proceed with the journey. You haven't fully experienced Sapton.
We have to do all the things so that we're awarded the key to the city, so we can use the key to the city to unlock the door out of the city.
Yeah,
there's
that's
a
right.
door.
The door's shut ominously behind you, and spray painted on them in red paint. It says "Have
Yeah.
fun"
Only
or
people
else.
who have been awarded the key to the city can leave. That's what the key is for.
And it's really confusing because you've like go through and you talk to everyone, but then you realize you have to like talk to some of the people twice because they have 2 lines of dialogue.
Yeah, no. Thankfully, we are better programmed than that. So, So while you're in town, a bit like some different stuff about the town journeys. You won't need to make a direction check while you're in town to find these locations. You can just wake up in the morning, make your condition check, and tell me, this is the tourist thing I'm going to see today. We'll have a scene and a day in that location. There'll be some roles involved. Some stuff will happen. You do need to make sure that you can either sleep in the inn. You can pay for the inn every day. You also need to eat and drink every day, same as when you're on the road. So
Every day.
I know, right? I mean, these characters, unlike us, only need to do it once. So
Look, I made us a tourism pamphlet checklist.
excellent, thank you. So that's the things that you need to do. Make a condition check every day, and then there are a few other like sort of special roles. Rather than focusing mostly on the traveling roles, it's going to be focused on like the individual stuff you can do in each place. Being that this is your first day in the town of Sapton, where would you like to go first?
Food and sleeping.
Yeah, we should get that done. I was going to ask actually. I feel like there was a second instance of us getting money apart from the egg, but I didn't put it down anymore.
Well, you haven't got any money yet. You'll have to spend. That's something you'll have to do in the market.
Yeah, the
Okay.
egg was the only thing that made us rich.
Was it only-
Trust me. I keep track. But we're about to get rich as soon as I sell all of this mystical spring water that I'm carrying.
Yeah. Maybe we need to go to the market first before we can, but we need to get a room at the inn. So maybe we need
Yeah,
to.
can we split the party up?
No, you have to
No,
stay
we're not
together.
allowed, right?
Yeah,
Can
you're on a journey together. So
So if we take a day to go to the market, can we still try to get a room at the inn for that night, or do we have to spend a day at the inn?
You have to spend a day to get a room at the inn to sleep the night.
well, there's other stuff you can
spend a
do.
day.
There's other stuff you can do at the inn, too.
I know. Eat at Sapton Inn is on our tourism brochure.
Correct.
Why don't we just knock
Recommended
that one out of the way?
Well, the reason would be, what if we don't have enough money? We need to get money to pay for
We
it.
got all kinds of money, and if we don't have enough money, we'll just haggle until it's okay.
Okay. Or fighting.
Yeah, we're fighting.
Or yeah, start a tavern brawl.
Take over.
I'm up for
Just
it.
take over the inn. It's
I'm
fine.
up for it. We'll barricade ourselves inside.
Yeah. The
Hey.
police are scared of me now because they think that my gecko yak eats horses.
So we.
And donkeys, maybe.
So you're gonna head for the inn.
I think
The
so.
Sapton Inn. Okay, so we
We're gonna hope
see
we have enough money for
we
a
see you
first
all.
night.
We see you all head out into town. It's like twilight. There are lots of people around carrying balloons and various like rock candy and stuff from the festival. Everything in Sapton is a little bit sticky, so it's like kind of slow going. Maybe you like at some point lose a boot and have to like hop back on one foot to get it and pull it
It's
up
like a
off the
really
pavement.
intense movie theater.
Yeah.
Gross.
And and so you make your way towards the Sapton Inn, and the inn is it's an old building made out of stone and wood, big timbers and lots of stone from like the local mountains. So it's sort of like a dark yellow colored stone. All the glass in the inn is like thin panes of amber, so you can kind of see through them in differing degrees in some places, and it's kind of got this whole like beehive orange kind of glow to it as you approach. It's like a 3-story like big inn, and there's a big plume of smoke coming up from the chimney. You can hear before you even arrive. You can hear the sounds of, you can hear the sounds of like singing and talking and stuff inside. It seems like a very lively place. There are some folks outside on the sort of like front steps, sitting. They look like some miners maybe that's sitting there. One of them smoking a pipe, and they're all drinking from big metal ale cups. And it's got some side buildings. It's got like a little like stable off to one side, and then maybe like a little house where the innkeeper and his family or her family live. So when you arrive, what do you do? What do we see? Where's everybody going? What's happening?
Well, I probably go to the stable and put Partridge in it.
Mm-hmm.
That takes me a while because he's so stubborn.
Yeah, what does that look like? So how is Partridge behaving in town?
Partridge is like doing a lot of like walk and like look at his own foot. He's used to sticking to things, but not having things stick to him.
Right. Yeah.
So
like
he's like
walking like a cat with like gloves on, like that kind of awkward
So he's like kind of on edge, and like if some other animal passes, like someone with their like donkey passes, he like snaps at them.
Right. Yeah.
Makes weird like schleppy sounds with his toothless mouth. Yeah, he's on edge.
Okay.
And I'm trying to just like keep him calm and like not let him like see things that would piss him off.
It's like put a sleep mask on him.
Yeah.
It's night now, Partridge. Go to bed.
Okay. And when you get to I think when you get to the stable, it's full of all kinds of like other like weird creatures. Like I think we see like a pterodactyl or something with like a little harness on, just kind of like walking around on the end of his wings. There's a little gaggle of, I think it's like kind of cold up in the mountains. So there's like what looks like at first when you walk in, like one huge yellow ball of feathers, like enormous, like taking up like a big corner of the stable. But when you come in, we see a bunch of like eyes open on the side of the big yellow ball of feathers, and like little heads pop up, and it's actually just like a cluster of like chocobos all kind of like smushed together for warmth in the corner. You find a space in the stables, and there's like a stable keeper, probably because it's, I don't know, it's what else do stable keepers do? He's just like shoveling something because that's what you do in the stable. I don't know.
Usually
That's
poops.
the whole point of stable keeper.
Usually poops. Yeah, he's the poop
For
smith.
bedding, you gotta separate those out.
Yeah, the shovel is for poops, and then the hay.
The rake.
Yeah, the rake.
shovel and the rake.
Okay.
Yeah. Does Bobby Corwin go to the stable too?
Bobby Corwin is more of is like a backpack or a shoulder chocobo. He's a baby,
Okay.
too small.
Okay.
Okay.
But he wants to go and play with them though, but I'm like later. Later, what we call them.
So yeah, so the stable keeper says to you,
Ted,
yeah, I know your name. I think he starts to say something. He's like, oh hey, and he like turns to look, and then he's like, oh well, I never seen one of those before. What you got there? Some kind of lizard or?
and I just look at him like, it's so uncultured. It's Partridge. His name is Partridge.
He folds his hands over his chest and he's like, well, now I've seen a partridge before, and I figure they're a small sort of type of bird. And that don't look like no small sort of type of bird to me.
What are you, the park ranger now? I thought you were the stable keeper.
He's like, well, lots of different sorts of animals come and go from my stables. Well, they're not my stables, but I just work here, but
Yeah, well, why don't you do your job and clear out a stall for my animal and stop asking dumb questions?
He kind of like furrows his brow. And he's like, well, there's no need to be sour with me about it. And he looks at Partridge. And he's like, this one's a cranky one, isn't he, big guy? What does Partridge do?
Partridge just goes like, because like Partridge is actually really pissed off, and that's why Ted is pissed off.
Yeah. And he's like, all right. Y'all are all business, I see. Well, let's get you squared away here. And he opens up a stall, and the two of you like lead Partridge into it. And he hands you a little like sort of flat stone with a number on it. And he says, you give that to the innkeep inside, and they'll tell you how much you owe.
And then I'll be like, thanks, and watch out. He eats humans. And I walk away.
I think he looks at Partridge, and you walk off, and he's kind of looking at Partridge, and he's like, oh, that's not true, is it? And he like kind of like is going to like pet Partridge.
Cut to like Partridge with legs sticking out.
Yeah, exactly. Just boots with like bloody like bones sticking out of them. No.
Covered in goo.
It's not in this version. In this version, it would be he gets nommed on and covered in slime, but not actually.
He
just
gets
like
gummed,
flailing
gets
around.
gummed up, and it's in like a thick slime mucosal coating.
Delightful.
I think in a subsequent scene we do see the stable keeper like come out of the stable and go to the bathroom covered in slime.
Totally, yeah. And like Ghostbusters slime, like thick, glistening kind of blorp,
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So meanwhile, while you're doing that, Yuki and Mitsuko, you are gonna go into the inn, I presume.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay. So as you walk by the folks that are sitting on the step, it looks like there are two of them, two like older ones, a man and a woman, that are trying to either like console or like calm down a third. She looks like she's got like her eyes are kind of red. Her face is like they're all kind of grubby because they're minors. And her they're like clean sort of like streaks under her eyes, like she's been crying. But she looks like frustrated. And you catch one of the minors who's got like a big giant mustache, saying to her like, "Oh, don't worry, girl, he'll come around." And she's just like, I just don't understand why he's so mad at me. As you like walk by, and
I'm like, hello, fair townsfolk. Do you have an issue that troubles you? I'm a traveler, perfectly equipped to deal with troubling issues.
Yeah, and they like stop and kind of blink and look up at you, like, oh, we weren't expecting a PC to come wandering by. It's not like we've just been looping this ambient dialogue until someone came by to notice us.
Hey, I just played a game. I played a session of Golden Sky Stories earlier this week. I am so prepared for this.
Excellent. Okay. So let's see. What's a good name for this heartbroken miner?
Norie. I'm just naming names.
Let's call her. Let's see. let's see. Her name will be Galena. Her name is Galena. Okay. So the big guy, the guy with the mustache, he's like, well, that's mighty kind of you to offer, but well, this isn't a problem you can solve like fixing a door or buying someone a drink. Though you could do that if you wanted to. And then the like woman laughs, and he kind of like chuffs into his mustache. He's all like, ha ha ha, it's a joke, but not really. That'd be great if you bought me a drink. He says, well, you know, poor Galena here. She's been having man troubles. You see, she's got a boyfriend in town, and she like gestures to the inn, but they had a spat, and he's not speaking with her. He's locked himself away in his room. And Galena looks up, and she's like, I don't know what I said. I don't know why he's so upset. And she like kind of like sighs and gets a little like water droplet and stares at her feet.
I think I sidle up to Michiko and I say, do you think he needs to be taught a lesson? This is my way of solving problems.
Let's fuck him up.
I like that I'm the attack type here.
Yeah.
And everyone else has been way more menacing.
Okay.
Yeah, if this were the like Game of Thrones version of this, you'd be like, I'll solve this problem. You go inside, come back out, and throw his severed head at her feet.
Great, you don't have a problem boyfriend anymore. Or a boyfriend at all. It's fine. I'll be like, oh, well, I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding. Have you tried talking to each other about your feelings?
She
Very
kind of
reasonable advice.
she kind of just blinks at you. She's like, but he won't talk to me. I don't.
I'm sure he will
Sighs.
if we express your feelings in song.
Yeah, and they kind of like look at each other. She says, well, whatever you do, if you want to talk to him, his name is Petrov. He's in a room on the second floor.
Okay. What's your name?
She like puts her hand. She goes to put her hand out and realizes her hand is like filthy, and like takes out a handkerchief and kind of like mushes the dirt around, and then puts her hand out and she's like, "I'm Galena. I'm a sap miner." Nice.
Can I like take my hand and also rub it on myself?
It's the tradition here. You rub your hand on yourself.
I'm trying to keep up. And I offer my hand and I say, I'm Michiko. I used to have a different name, but now I'm a traveler.
She shakes her head. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm like, oh, there's no actual spot for name on the character sheet. What was my old name? No, it's not written down.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah. And sorry, what was her name?
Her name is Galena, and her boyfriend or whatever is Petrov.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, great. It's in my notes. My name used to be Wakana.
That's right.
And now I'm Michiko.
Yep. Cool. Okay. So you want to head into the inn?
Yeah.
Okay. So the inn is a warm, homely place cast in sepia tones. There's a big hearth in the middle that's made of stone, but also with like panels of amber. So it casts this kind of like, again, it's shaped sort of like a beehive, this sort of big stone and amber beehive in the middle. So the whole place got this kind of like nice orange glow. There's a bunch of wood tables set around the campfire, around the fire. With people sitting and eating, and we see a whole bunch of different kinds of people, and not just like humans. Like we see a table of like like bird people. Like they look like ravens, but they have like little hats and vests on, and they're like
Are you
pecking.
telling me that there is a bird person here?
Yeah, there's like a table of like anthropomorphic bird people, and they're pecking away at like a little pile of like seeds that they've like gathered in the middle of the table.
Does he speak in a monotone like this?
I don't know.
Bird person.
You'd have to go and talk to him.
Ah.
When we see travelers of varying sorts, people of all different colors, and then there's you see like a couple of servers kind of moving from table to table, bringing people big mugs of this sort of piney like spruce ale, this like sap smelling like ale, and and you can see the innkeeper at the back. He's like a wizened old man who looks like he's made out of like dry tree branches. He's all like bony and bald on top. He's wearing an apron and standing by the bar, sipping a cup of tea. And then there's like spiral stairs that lead up into the other two floors.
So, how are we going to buy the rooms when the one with the money is outside? I don't think we thought this through. Do you have any money?
Michiko is lost in thought, I think.
Yeah, and I'm like, don't worry, it's fine. I got this.
Oh, you're here.
Yeah, I think that's when Tut walks in.
Yeah, I walk over and I'm just like, guys, don't worry, I got this.
Okay. Do your words magic to the guy.
Confidently to the innkeeper.
Okay. All right.
Did
So
anything happen?
you stride up to the innkeeper. Yes, you took in the ambiance and were momentarily dazed by how exciting it is to be back among people again.
Great.
True.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. So, Tut, you stride up to the counter. And this is old man with his cup of tea. Looks at you. And he's got like tiny little tiny beady black eyes and this like wrinkly brow that kind of like sags down. Like you can barely make out his eyes underneath. And he's got like little glasses on the end of his nose. And and he looks at you and he's like, "Oh, welcome to the inn, traveler."
I'm just like, "Hi, I'm Tut."
He's
Stick
like,
my hand out.
"Oh, hi, you're a spirited one." Reaches out very slowly, like you jam your arm out with like a flare, and he's just like, well, we're getting there. Hold on there. Here we go. Okay, coming in for a landing, and there we go. Yeah, and so his hand is like it's like holding a clump of dry twigs, and he just kind of lets you like shake his arm a little.
Yeah, I'm about to go to give it the really big grip, and then I'm like, guess not.
And
I do the cupping it between my two hands.
Gently.
Very gentle.
All right. And he shakes your hand and he says, so you'll be looking for beds for you and your companions tonight.
Yeah, the guards at the front gate told us that we could get a special discount.
He's like, oh, did they? Did they then? Well, that's funny. I don't remember saying anything about a special discount.
Oh, so it's a secret discount.
They gave us balloons.
And I'm like, and I still have the balloon.
Yeah. He's like, oh, yes, dear. They do that for everyone. Part of the festival, you see.
Oh, well, they told me it was a special balloon. And I start looking really upset.
I say, well, yes, that it is. It's a fine balloon.
I thought, and I turn back to my companions and I'm just like, I really thought that we had made a rapport with them and that they really cared about us. But I can see now that this was just.
I nod. I'm nodding like I'm listening, but instead I'm just like nodding and like walking past you towards the innkeep. Like, okay, let me do this. I'm like, listen here, sir or ma'am. We'd like a room to sleep in, and I'll sing a song if you want me to. And if you don't want me to, I won't stop singing a song until you give us a room.
He's
It could go either way. Your
He's
choice,
like-
your call.
he's like, well,
You want a song or you don't. Either way, you're gonna get a song.
the rate for a room is 20 G a night, and songs I don't take
At this
payment
point,
in
I've
songs.
started into some like tirade about how like the town is bullshit and all this like tourist stuff is just a trap to steal people's money. And, like I'm just like causing a scene.
Yeah, we pan over. Maybe we see the little like the crows or the ravens or whatever, like kind of like puff their feathers up and like what's going on? What's going on? Like looking around all nervously. One of them was like hopped up on the table.
I'm just like, and I'm just really tired. And just really need a room.
My friend is very grumpy, so I would like to know how much would it cost to have one of your famous, and I open up my brochure, one of your famous brunches at the Sapton Inn, known for its deliciousness and delicacy. Don't forget to visit during your stay in Sapton.
And he says, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let me check the ledger here. And he like takes the like his ledger and opens it up and looks through and he's like, well, and he like kind of is like he's afraid to say anything because he keeps looking at Tut like storming around. And he's like, well, I'm afraid I've just rented out the very last room. You see here, and he points at it.
What?
And you can see like in a kind of like
It's on the desk really loudly.
you can see like an angry kind of scrawl. You see the name Galena in the name of like the last slot, and he's like, yeah, just a few moments ago.
Oh,
Who's this
Petra. We're
Galdina?
friends of his. We'll stay in their room.
I don't think. I mean, I don't.
We just need a
That's.
spare key. Otherwise, how can we come and go?
He shakes his head. He's like, oh no, there's just the one. If your friends are already upstairs, just knock on the door and let them know you're here.
Okay. I'll see, and I'll start thinking about some songs while I do it.
And I'm just like tromping around the room now, like fuming, letting off these like big puffs of cigarette smoke, and, like glowering at the patrons, and then they're returning to the front desk and glowering at him.
Awesome.
I think Geeky has found the shadowiest corner and is inhabiting it.
Just like pulling an Aragorn.
I was just about to say, yeah, you're Aragorning really hard.
It's 50% being a badass, 50%. Oh my god, these people I'm with, what are they doing?
Yeah, perfect. Awesome. Okay, well
We're
let's
getting you a deal. That's what we're doing.
let's grab our first break there, and we'll come back and you can resolve the problem of there being no room in the inn when we get back. We can have our nativity scene when we get back.
It's fine, yeah. We'll just all sleep with Partridge. I'm sure it'll go great.
All right, everybody, stick around. More Ryuutama after the break.